Who goes first? You, me.
Me.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Nancy Leonard.
And I'm Arthur English.
This is the artist behind the artist.
Welcome.
Welcome to Washington. We're in Washington today.
By the way, I can see.
Don't you know that? What's that theme you were singing before?
Okay. Oh, say, can you sing?
No, never mind. You were doing the presidential.
Oh, yeah, I got it right.
What were? Yeah, seems appropriate. I mean, last week we were in New York. Now we're in Washington. We weren't invited, by the way.
Yeah.
We were not invited to come here.
We're trespassers.
But we came anyway.
Yeah.
Well, because everybody's. I mean, let me ask you a question. What are you going to do in 3 days? I mean, what are you going to watch on TV? Oh, I'm wearing sunglasses just because all news reporters, whenever they go on location, always have their sunglasses on. So anyway, not that I'm one of those, but what are you going to do in 3 days when you don't have this election to watch anymore?
I'm actually going to be drawing. I'm going to be watching the TV set and going to make sketches. You know, like artists.
Of what?
Of what's on the screen.
Of what's on the screen?
Yeah, what's on television. I'm going to be sketching. So that I can keep this as a historic experience.
Okay. Sounds like that Winky-Dink
It
thing
is Winky-Dink,
when you
yeah.
used to draw up against the TV.
Yes, it is.
All right, so that's what you're doing. Now, this show is not 60 minutes. It is called 26 minutes.
Yeah.
We always go long.
Right.
So today we have a timer to tell us when we got to get out of here. All right? So just so you know, I'm holding the timer.
Let him hear it. Just like 60 minutes. Ready? We're quiet.
There's my timer. So, now, here's what I have a question to ask you.
Yeah.
Since we're in Washington, how many pantsuits do you think Hillary owns?
Oh, about 100.
Do you think so?
Oh, yeah.
She must have, like, her closet. It must be unbelievable with pantsuits.
Of course. Of course.
Do you think she owns a dress?
Of course.
You do?
Oh, of course.
Of course, you think she owns a dress?
But when she becomes the president of the United States, guess what? She's going to be the belle of the ball.
Well, I think that if she wins the election at the inaugural ball, she'll be wearing like pantsuit.
No.
You don't think so?
She is going to be just, like a star. No, she's going to be wearing something so special. It's going to look gorgeous.
Really?
Oh, I can't.
Okay. I hope you're right because it'd be interesting to see her in a dress.
Oh, no, but Valentino has already got the gig. I spoke to him.
You spoke to Valentino?
Yeah, Valentino called me. He said, Arthur, what should I do for Hillary? I said, Valentino, make believe she's Jackie Kennedy. He says, oh, very good idea. I like it.
That's a stretch.
Go.
That's real. Do you know what Jackie Kennedy said? That's the fact that you brought that up. Mm-hmm. I read that Jackie Kennedy said that she never wanted to be called the First Lady.
Oh, no kidding.
And you know why?
No.
She said it sounded too much like a racehorse.
Wow.
And it does, right? First Lady, four longs and all that stuff, and the four lows or whatever that horse lingo is. Yeah, she never wanted to be called the First Lady because she said it sounded like she was a horse.
Well, do you remember? When she personally redid architecturally and of course furnishing wise?
Oh, the White House.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was like gorgeous, and everybody was like turning over in their grave.
Yeah. Because why? Because they were still in it?
Well,
they were buried under it? I don't know.
In some cases, yes.
No, she was really a magnificent First Lady. She had so much class, and she renovated the White House, and I think, she renovated it, and then the Clintons stole the furniture or something like that.
Oh, okay. But you know what? Isn't
that the case? I don't know.
What I love about her is that she personally wanted the Grand Central Terminal to be exquisite, and she said, I will design it, I will clean up the roof, I will bring out the beauty, and she did that.
That's interesting.
She laid it all
I didn't know
you
that.
Didn't know that? Oh,
no,
yeah.
I had no idea.
She replaced the stairs.
She
installed a whole new set of stairs.
Wow.
And if you look very carefully, everything on the rotunda is gorgeous.
Rotunda.
I
think the word's rotunda.
Okay, rotunda. But if you look carefully, she replaced all of the of the stars, and all.
I had no
yeah.
clue.
Oh, definitely.
I don't have a clue. So, since we're since we're in Washington, we should talk a little bit about Washington, just from different points of view. Now, here's what I have to say about certain things.
Tell me.
Okay,
Tell me.
not that many people really care, but here's two observations that I have. So, Hillary had a rally, right?
Yeah.
And at her rally, she had Beyonce and Jay-Z, right? Who speak for the nation, by the way. They
Oh my
speak for the
God.
nation.
Oh my God.
I'm going to cough. I just got over a cold for 3 weeks.
No problem at all.
Jay-Z does a song. I don't know if anybody else saw this, but Jay-Z sings a song. Every other word in the song was the N-word
Yeah.
or mother
Mother
blank.
F. Yeah.
Okay? Every other word. Right? This is at Hillary's rally. They call her on stage. They got her their arms around her, and he's going, you mother, you N-word. I couldn't believe it. I
Wow.
was like shocked.
Can you imagine being
Who
Beyonce?
monitors this stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, I for one have spent my life as a producer. Okay.
I know.
And if I were putting together that rally, that would be the last thing that I would want the people in the audience to hear. Is that supposed to get the black vote? I find it really offensive.
Wait a second. But,
I found that
oh,
really
no.
offensive.
I mean, can you imagine being Beyonce? What if?
Well, to me,
Yeah.
she's why am I listening to these people?
That's right.
But the point is that then on the other side, I don't want to be, I don't want to show who I'm for or I'm not for, because I don't even know at this point. I'm just like tossing the coin. On the other hand,
Yeah.
did you see Melania Trump's speech the other night?
I didn't.
Melania Trump gave a speech, and again, I say, who are the people behind these candidates? Melania Trump makes a speech, and in it, she says when she becomes First Lady, one of her priorities, okay, is to take over and control and try to do away with cyberbullying or bullying of any kind. Her husband is the biggest bully in the world.
Absolutely.
Who hasn't he bullied?
Absolutely. I mean, I heard that she said we should get together. We should have a good nation. We should have love for each other. We should make the world work. I mean, what happened to the past year? Did she find out that the guy she's sleeping with for 3 hours, Donald Trump, has not met one of those criteria?
Do you think that when Melania Trump, if she gets into the White House and becomes First Lady, do you think she's going to build bigger walk-in closets?
I think what she's going to do, she's going to have all of her photographs on the wall. Because she was a top model. And
I think the first thing she'll do is she'll build a bigger walk-in closet, and of course I
fine.
think the other thing they'll do is they'll probably replace all the faucets with gold faucets.
No question.
You not have to do that. The Clintons, what will the Clintons do if they get into the White House? They'll probably go, "We're home,
That's
home
that's
again,
exactly
we're
right.
home again.
No,
We
it's
waited
exact-
8
it's
years
exactly
to
right.
be home again."
Did you
I
know-
don't know.
did you know
I
that
don't know.
Clinton-
I don't care. I don't care
you know what?
anymore.
I may be wrong here.
Yeah, maybe.
But did you ever hear
Sometimes you are.
that Clinton had the desk of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, the most popular desk where John is under
the table?
desk?
Why did
Yeah.
he
Because
steal it?
if you remember when John Fitzgerald Kennedy was walking around a crowd, he stopped and he shook the hand of Clinton as a child. And Clinton said, "One day I'm going to be the president."
One day I'm going to be the president. I'm going to own your desk, and I'm going to steal millions.
Well, no.
And not to mention, I'm going to do it with an intern.
Don't say that on camera. Don't say that on camera. That's not right. The fact of the matter is, how can imagine Hillary and Bill coming back to the White House, and they go, "Yeah, I'm home," and they go, we didn't have that for the 8 years that we were in the White House.
Wow.
I don't like that table. I mean, it seems that.
Well, they'll bring their own furniture. They'll bring their own furniture from Chappaqua.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard an interesting piece of
Yeah.
information about that. I heard that the Clintons want to renovate their home and they want to add to it, but they're already in trouble with the city because they didn't ask for the right permits. Anyway, I'm just saying. So here's the thing. Now, I was thinking about this. Do you celebrities, right? And
Yeah.
all and Barbara Streisand slept in the White House,
Yeah.
and well, we know Lincoln slept in the White House. I don't know who else slept in the White House, but people slept in the White
he
House,
did.
right?
He did.
Do you have any friends who've slept with famous people or near famous people?
Well, speaking of Barbara Streisand,
You've slept with Barbara Streisand?
well, I came close.
Did you? Well,
Yeah.
that's a good story.
Yeah, it was a very good story.
Yeah.
Barbara Streisand and I went to Erasmus Hall High School,
Uh-huh.
and we graduated.
Oh,
and we
okay.
graduated together. You don't know
Okay.
this, do you?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
And we were in the same choral club with a gentleman named Di Pietro. And we sang, Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. And
Okay.
she was in the cantata and I was in the bass. And it went like dum 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 dum. Well, Barbara Streisand graduated in 1959, and what she was is she really wanted to be an actress, and
Well,
but what happened was
got to
she
be
could
one.
she could never get a job. So
Yeah.
what happens is that she ran for Erasmus and she went to high school. She went to theater.
Yeah.
And she got a job with Elliot Gould called I Can Get It Wholesale, and she sang on camera, on stage, and she was an amazing hit. They loved her so much that they kept on bringing her back. But she really wanted so much to be an actress, but she could never get a part until her friend said, well, why don't you sing? She says, why do I want to sing? I'm not going to get a job as a singer.
Yeah.
And boom.
Oh, that's very interesting. Now, my question was, do you have any friends who've ever slept with famous or almost famous people? I mean, do you personally know anybody? I do. I know people who've slept with famous people.
Tell me.
Well, I have a very close friend, one of my best friends, and she slept with some of the Beach Boys. Now, let's see. Who else? I know somebody who slept with. I know people who've slept with famous people. You don't know any people who've slept with famous people?
Yes, I do.
Who's that?
Well, I have a very dear friend, and who was a major agent, a talent at William Morris, and a very close man, a man who has spent his whole life representing talent, and he found all the major talent for the Ed Sullivan Show and Ernie Kovacs and Perry Como, and C.P. Sales, going to the quote unquote the Borscht Belt. And up there was Myron Cohn, and it was Buddy Hackett, and it was Jerry Lewis.
So he slept with all of them?
No, but he had an opportunity
to sleep
not
with
to
all of
sleep with them. I won't say that, but he happened to literally he created a shidduch.
Oh, I dropped something. I'm going down for a minute. Speaking of shidduch, no, maybe I won't. I'll just leave it on the ground. I'm not going down.
Is that not only did he represent people, but he put people together. He knew Ed Sullivan, he knew Perry Como, he knew Roy Rogers, whoever you said.
That's interesting. Do you think Roy Rogers and Ed Sullivan slept together?
No, he didn't. No, but Dale Evans and he. I mean,
We know Dale Evans slept
but we
with
know
Roy
he certainly
Rogers.
didn't.
I wonder if
sleep.
that
but
Trigger in the
he
room.
slept with Trigger.
Who did?
Roy Rogers. You don't remember that?
Oh, he did, but in a bar. Was it consensual?
Oh no, but it wasn't Trigger.
Was it consensual?
Yeah, but it was. The horse said no horsing around. So he says, "I'm not going that route."
Yeah.
And then they were sleeping in a barn one day, and Roy just said he never slept with her, but he was basically the
When
master.
did you hear that Roy Rogers slept with his horse?
Well, I mean, when
Or you mean
they used
you
to
mean
sleep out
proximately?
Yeah,
if
no,
there is such a
before
word. Okay.
Before Roy Rogers became everyone's hero,
All right.
including mine, right?
Okay.
He wasn't a Native American.
Well, here we are.
Cherokee.
I think that maybe we're getting a little too much information.
Let's talk
But
about by the way,
let me tell
let's
you.
talk about the
let me
White
tell
House.
you about something about Washington. So here I was a couple of years ago. I'm down in Washington. I'm doing a film for JAG, which is the judicial government thing, where all the lawyers and judges and everything who
Wow.
are in the Army and Navy and Air Force, they all
Yeah.
they all are in the Pentagon.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, the Pentagon. The Pentagon's an interesting building.
Yeah.
And everybody's in uniform.
Yes.
Everybody's in uniform.
Yes. I know that.
So as you're walking, you're seeing people saluting like this all the
Right.
time. They're all like this all the time. They're
not true.
constantly.
No, not
Well,
true.
let me finish.
Okay, no.
Except for one place, there is a no salute zone.
Wow, I didn't know this.
There is one place in the
I didn't know
Pentagon
this.
that's like a no salute zone. But if you're in uniform and you're in the Pentagon and you're walking the halls, you're constantly going like this.
No
Can you
question.
imagine the headache you have at the end
No,
of the
no,
day?
no question.
My
And,
God.
see, I was in the Navy.
My
right?
God.
I was in the Navy. So when I was in the Navy and I was in Jacksonville and I was California and I was in Memphis, you had to learn how to salute.
Yeah.
And one of the things you can tell about the President of the United States, if they do this, okay, but if they do this, this is very important.
Where you place it.
Yeah, and see, it's very important.
Maybe they're just got the sun in their eyes.
No, this is da da da. Like
That
you
is not
get
the
a
funeral
taps,
march?
You hold it out there. They actually teach in boot camp.
Oh, you look
literally
good.
how to do this. But for me,
Too bad you don't have a bayonet.
I was always in airplanes.
Yeah.
But you never saluted the
Drop
captain.
something else
The
again.
captain. But outdoors, you always acknowledged even the car. When the car was coming up and somebody was in and you saw an emblem like maybe he was a captain or a second lieutenant, you had to salute the car because you're not saluting the person, you're saluting the insignia.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, I was, as I said, I was walking around the Pentagon and I was filming in there, and so we got a chance to, see all this all
Wow.
the time. But I was just amazed.
Amazed.
I was amazed by how they salute
Wow.
each other all the time.
The question is, did you get lost ever in the Pentagon?
No, but no, because I've always been, escorted around. I mean, I never got lost.
yeah.
I never wandered. I didn't wander around by myself.
Oh, yeah.
So, I never, no, I never did. But
Let's talk about the White House for a second.
well, I don't know much about the White House.
No, I think you do. I think you
Okay.
do. I know
me.
that you know something that very few people know. What you wanted to always ask me is, why did George Washington have wooden teeth?
Well, certainly he had enough money to get dentures.
Right.
Or not even I mean, they did obviously. Well, they didn't have my dentist in those days, I suppose. I mean, if they had my dentist, he wouldn't have had wooden teeth.
By the way, next question, okay?
He wouldn't have had wooden. I want to tell you something though. Let me.
Say anything you want.
Okay, this is kind of funny to me. Okay, I have a very close friend who's been seeing this married man, for years and years and years, and would love, his marriage to break up, but it's not. So
Just be careful
I'm not
with this,
saying
okay?
a word about
Okay, good.
anything.
Just be
So I
careful.
saw this thing in the paper that I thought might help her, and it says stool pigeon parrot squawks on affair. And it starts out, a pet parrot squawked to its owner that her husband was two-timing her with their maid. Right?
Yeah, I love this one.
And right? And how she found out was this parrot chirped sweet nothings.
Wow.
Flirty phrases the man had never said to his wife.
Whoa.
And that confirmed her suspicions.
Wow.
Okay? The only problem is that his statements didn't hold up in court.
Wow.
It's just great,
Wow.
right? But the wife had suspected and gave her answer. There's another bird here that used to yell out to a man when a man while he was on the phone, and the parrot would scream it out, "I love you, Gary." I love you, Gary. Right? Is that funny? Or hiya, Gary. Hiya, sweetheart. Hiya, sweetheart. Right?
I have a question. I have a question to ask you.
I have one more.
One more?
Before you ask your
Okay.
question, I got one more.
Yeah.
Okay, so then there's a man, right? He's driving and he gets stopped by the cops, right?
Yep.
And his parrot's in this car, and it rolls down his window, and the cop says, "Sir, can I have your license?" And he goes, "What did I do?" And the parrot's going, "He's drunk. He's drunk. He's drunk." Is that great? Is that great?
By the way, did he wind up going to jail?
Yes, he wound up going to jail because the parrot actually, I mean, in the case of the divorce, he didn't actually do much for the divorce case, because although the woman brought him to court, the judge didn't believe his statements. He thought, oh no, he could have learned that anywhere. But the guy, he was clearly, whispering, "Darling, I love you. Darling, I love you."
By the way,
I don't know.
I would see the headline, "Jailbird."
Jailbird. I love it.
Gets
Yeah.
screwed up, goes to prison because of a parrot.
They called him. The parrot's a rat. He's a rat.
No, guess what? He squealed. The parrot
parrot's-
was a squealer.
The parrot's a rat. Now, we don't have much time left, so
Oh, come
before
on.
we go,
Oh, we'll go
it
longer.
reminded me of when I said the parrot's a rat, okay? And now, like with Washington in the background, or
Yeah.
the White House in the
Ooh.
background, remember the Kennedy years where there was the Rat Pack?
Of course.
You had all those great...
Sammy
you had-
Davis Jr., right? Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Joey Bishop.
Yeah, I mean that was
Isn't that good?
That was for the days. I mean, the White House was like really rocking and rolling, and it was
by the way,
Hollywood, and it was great.
I was part of the Rat Pack.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah. No, I had friends. Jerry Lewis.
I had friends,
But
oh.
I was very close to Jerry Lewis, right? And sometimes he would come in because they entertained in Las Vegas, the Golden Nugget, and what happened was
the Sands.
Jerry Lewis and I were doing a telethon.
Yeah.
And he sort of took me with him, and I was in the room with all these people. And when I said, "Mr. Sinatra," he said, "No, call me Frank." I met John. He says, I said, "Mr. Wayne." He said, "No, call me John." I can't believe it.
And you said,
I said,
"Call me what?"
They said, "You're part of the Rat Pack."
Oh, that's cool.
And what they did was they gave me a little globe.
A rat.
They gave me a rat. No, yeah.
They gave you a rat.
I slept with this thing for
I slept
a year.
with a rat.
And then one day I wound up on Alan Freed. I told you about the story where I was the only person that had a dance contest.
Dancing on Alan Freed.
And they said, "Who would you like to thank?" As I said, I would like to thank Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, Joey Bishop, Frank Sinatra, and of course, Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr.
Of course, the rat.
You dirty rat.
You dirty rat.
Yeah.
But it was great. It was so much excitement in the White House, and it was
amazing.
So I mean, it would be nice to have that kind of White House again, wouldn't it? With so much going on and so much, beauty.
When I was,
I'd like to see a few dresses in the White House instead of pantsuits, but that's just me.
I bought a book the other day, and I can't believe it, on the family. And and I read it. I read it. And I said, "Oh my God, I'm so touched." I bought this book because I wanted to remember something that was so powerful for me, and I will never, ever, 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 ever not remember John Fitzgerald Kennedy. We all wanted to be like him. We all yeah.
Well, yeah.
No.
We all certainly
I don't
wanna be
mean
as
to be
rich
like
as
him.
him.
I meant that he empowered the country.
Well, yeah,
Ask
those
not
were great
what
times.
you can do for the country. Ask what the country can do for you.
Those were great times,
Yeah, I
the
reversed it.
Kennedy
Yeah.
years. But I can remember my sister and I, growing up, and we were like young, and we canvassed our neighborhood for the Kennedys and everything. It was fun times. Those were fun times.
By the way, I misquoted the line. I said, John
ask
Fitzgerald
not
Kennedy,
what you can do for your country.
Ask what you can do.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
I want to get that straight.
Yeah.
Because people on the 10 will say, by the way,
You
Shame
said
on
it
you.
wrong.
Shame
Yeah,
on
and
you.
especially when the White House.
Shame on you.
Especially with the White House in the background, you want to be really.
Oh, but by the way, do you remember when an airplane literally landed on the lawn?
On the lawn of the White House?
It was a high. It was a high.
I
end.
kind of remember a story
Yeah.
like that, but
And-
I sort
Oh,
of.
but you asked me about a very famous solution, a person in. They used to charge $100,000 for people to sleep at the White House. That's what they said. If people wanted to sleep at the White House, it costs them $100,000.
Do you get breakfast?
Yeah, but you have to leave a tip.
And you have to leave by 11.
But here's the thing.
You have to be out of there
When-
by
if-
check in at
when-
3,
if
out
and
by
when
11.
If and when Clinton goes back to the White House with Hillary, won't that be a hoot? I mean, here they are going back to.
They
to
say that
different-
if Hillary becomes president
Yeah.
and Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton move back into the White House, it will be the first time two presidents have ever slept together.
Wow. By the way,
Think
by the way,
about
by the way, they must have had a good time. And how are we doing on time, my dear?
But think
How are we doing
about
on
it.
time?
Well, I think we're gonna soon.
Soon? Okay.
Soon we're gonna do it. But I mean, when you think about that, that's pretty interesting. Oh, there we go.
Hold second.
Okay.
No,
now we've got.
put
Now
the,
we got 2
no,
minutes.
Play the, put the,
Now we got 2
put
minutes
the
to
clock
wrap this
against the
thing
microphone,
up.
like 60 minutes. Just say 60 minutes is going, right? Yeah.
I did that before. I don't know if you can hear me. This is my heart ticking for election day. So anyway, let's get out now.
This is Arthur English.
Right. I'm Nancy Leonard. We're here from Washington, D.C.,
DC,
where once again we
We're
were not
amazing.
invited.
We actually got over the fence.
We're not invited here.
And we're hiding.
Yeah,
but we have a pass. We have a pass.
We're on every other Wednesday night
Right.
at 7:30.
Right.
Channel 56.
Right. And the name of the show is Artist Behind the Artist. And we're West Siders. And we travel on the number 10 and on the
Or
number 1
the
train,
bus to
and on the bus,
Washington,
and we have the
because
104.
we couldn't
And by
afford
the
a
way,
plane.
if you like personal tours of the White House, why don't you give us a call at 1-800
White House.
And by the way, you'll never see us. I want to say thank you very much. Oh, by the way, am I applauding? Am I having a premature clapping here?
Premature clapping.
I mean, what else would you call it? I mean, you know, sometimes when people get
I
stuck
think you
with
should
this
do
thing.
that Hail to
Okay.
the Chief.
Okay. Banjo.
Again. I think that's the wedding march.
Oh, by the way, I was in marching band. When I was in the Navy, I was in a marching band.
I think that's the
Yeah,
marching band.
I did the presidential. It was a
Oops,
trombone.
I'm falling over.
Oh,
Okay, I think we're at it now. So
It was wonderful to be with you, and my name is Arthur English, and this is Nancy Leonard, and
see ya.
we are so happy that you're able to
I
watch
think we're
us.
out already.
And we're out already. Well, we want to say goodnight and thanks a lot. We'll see you on we'll see you at Zabar's. Is that good?
Yeah.
Zabar's? Yeah, a little smear and a little lox. That'd be just great. By the way,
Yeah.
do you want to go to the White House right now? I have a pass.
It's better
do.
than going to the
I have a
big
pass.
house.
No, yeah. Oh, big house, White House. Oh, I get it. That's good, by the way. That's a big house. And by the way, did you like that?
Are we still on the?
We don't
What's
know.
going
Did
on?
you like Jailbird? Wasn't that funny? He must have been a jailbird.
You know when you think about it. I mean, again, I don't know if we're on or we're not, but
Nancy, it was a great show.
don't you think Hillary should be doing time instead of a term?
Nancy, it was a great show. Thank you very much. Really,
How do
thank
you
very much. It was a
know?
great show.
I have a question. How do you know when you're not filming anymore?
When you run out of thoughts and you start
I'm
stuttering.
out.
Yeah, I mean, really.
I'm
I mean,
out.
no, but no. Did you blow it?
Yeah, no, we're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
If we're not good, thank you so much. 104. We have
We're
have
out.
the M5, and we'll see you at whoop. Sorry. She just had one too many, and the what was it? The orange room.
Okay.
Okay. Vodka's for all. Bye.
What's going on? What's going on? Should this be off?
Oh yeah, maybe we've been on all this time. Wait a second. Wait a second.
No, we're out.
No,
We're out.
you know,
We're out.
did I tell
We're
you?
out. We're
Yeah.
out.
Let me see. I have a message here. It says video, picture, audio, sound. Oh, would you call Ryan? Ryan, we
I
need
think
you.
we went out already.
Hmm.
Yeah, we should have been out a long time ago.
We should have been.
Yeah.
We still have time.
No, we're out. We've been out.
Okay. How long we been out?
No, we got out on the right time.
We all got out.
Yeah. I think we got out with you doing the thing. That's why I wanted you to play the music.
Fabulous.